A very good afternoon. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. And first up, in a shocking rape case, a woman watched her husband rape her friend. The shocking incident took place on July 27th at around 9:30 p.m. at Chikkabanavara near Jalahalli. The accused have been identified as 27-year-old Dilip and his 25-year-old wife, Asha. Asha is said to have been addicted to watching other people having intercourse. The husband and wife are now cooling their heels in Parapana, Agrahara. Well, absolutely a shocking incident coming to light. We've seen so many rape cases coming to light in the city, but this one, no doubt, has sent shivers down many people's spines. It is understood that this man, a 27-year-old Dilip, went ahead and raped their neighbor simply because his wife had a fetish. She was addicted to watching other people indulging in sexual acts and intercourse. It is understood that she had, in fact, convinced her husband to go ahead and commit the act. It is understood that the case took place on July 27th, but the victim only after a week mustered the courage to go ahead and announce what happened to tell her husband, as well as go ahead and file a police complaint. Both the husband and the wife have been remanded in judicial custody, is what we understand. The husband, Dilip, has been charged with rape, while Asha has been charged for abetting the crime. It is understood that the victim in this particular case was a 26-year-old homemaker, and it is understood that she herself is a mother of a 5-year-old. She, as well as Asha, were close friends. Both families also knew each other rather well. In fact, it is understood that a few weeks before the incident, Asha had begun discussing the fact that she enjoyed watching other people indulging in such acts, and also went ahead and stated that the victim went on to go ahead and dismiss the same. It is understood that the victim stated that she did not want to discuss this kind of a subject, but Asha went on to keep on talking about the same thing, which is when the victim distanced herself to a great extent. Asha then one day called the victim to her house, stating that she needed some help, and when the victim went to their house, Asha once again brought up the subject, tried to coax her to go ahead and have intercourse with her husband, Dilip. The victim flat out refused, to try to make away, but that is when Asha told her husband to stop the victim, and she was raped twice forcibly, is what we understand. And it is understood that Asha herself is a mother of a 4-year-old. The wife, all through Asha, is said to have locked the bedroom door from inside, instigated her husband to rape the victim, and she even watched the entire act, encouraging him throughout. Dilip then went ahead and raped the victim twice. The victim then was allowed to go away, but a warning was given to her not to tell anyone. Dilip is said to have threatened to kill her husband and child if she went ahead and told anyone, and fearing for the safety of her family, this woman remained silent and did not speak to her neighbors ever since. However, soon after, it is understood that the victim went on to tell her husband about the incident, and then they went ahead and filed a complaint. Her husband, of course, is a driver by profession. They went ahead and approached the police. A complaint was filed the next day, and the police have arrested both Dilip and Asha, who have confessed to the crime. Well, this incident, of course, took place here in near Jalahalli, near in Chikkabanavara, is what we understand. This is where the incident took place. The victim was a neighbor of Dilip and Asha, and she, of course, was 26 years old. She was, in fact, someone who was very close to Asha as well, which is why when Asha called her on July 27th at around 9:30 p.m., she did not think that something like this would take place. She immediately went to Asha's house only for such a shocking incident to take place. Well, we understand that Dilip has been booked under section 376, which amounts to rape, of course, and his wife Asha has been charged under section 114, which is, of course, a bit present when the offence is committed. And moving on, people visit the subway outlets because they are considered fresh and healthy. But once you take a look at this, you'll definitely think twice. A family which had gone out to have sandwiches for breakfast was shocked when they found the restaurant supplying stale, fungus-laden bread. This was the experience which one Navina had when she and her family went to have breakfast at Subway restaurant at the city's Jayanagar 4th block area. The manager of the outlet said nothing was wrong with the bread, which he claimed had been freshly made. Well, many people in fact throng Subways believing that the food is fresh and healthy, but what these particular people found absolutely shocking. You can see that there's fungus completely on that particular bread. This took place early in the morning, and they also realized that the vegetables were not too fresh. This was a family, of course, that had stopped by for some food. As soon as they realized that there was some sort of problem with the bread, as soon as they realized that there was fungus on that bread, they immediately approached the kitchen, and what they found will leave you absolutely shocked. You can see the onions being kept in a dustbin, cleaning materials being placed on top of that, and it's absolutely shocking that this is the kind of health standards, this kind of cleanliness standards that is being maintained in these Subway outlets. It's also understood that all the meat and the vegetables were kept in one fridge together right next to each other in the same bag, and of course that too is a huge problem, especially when vegetarians enter these kind of outlets. In fact, the manager was questioned about this incident. He stated that the bread was made just last night. Maybe there was some water and that's what led to this fungus, but they did not realize that the bread is still fresh and there is no issue with the bread. This is what he went on to state. Also, the family claims that absolutely no one has given them any answers about all this. There's, as you can see, a lot of issues with hygiene standards in the Subway.
What is this? From the last night we have done the bread baking, sir. So that in that bread baking, under the bread some water was struck. So from morning we have took that bread and we serve the customer. So it comes like foggy, like fungus type. So the customers raised a complaint about this because of this issue. It was never happened before, and it was promised that the last night I have baked the bread.
Okay, have you informed your head office or your boss or something?
Yes, sir. We informed.
What they said?
We informed the boss, sir. Actually, they were unable to come here because they were in Delhi, sir, and there was no responsible person here to come to check over this. And moreover, I'm new here. I'm unable to handle over this. That's
So you are the responsible person.
means last 4 to 5 days I was joined here, and I was not even get much more about this.
Well, that was the manager going ahead and stating that it is an issue, no doubt, but something that he did not expect. He doesn't know how to even handle the situation, is what he claims, simply because he did not, he's new in this particular outlet and did not know how to react to such an incident. In fact, the higher-ups are yet to react. In fact, we understand that the family has not even been approached despite going ahead and creating a ruckus over what took place, despite informing the staff that this is the state of the food that they are serving. And this particular stale bread was served to Navina and her family. Here's what the victim had to say.
What is it?
See, what's happened is we came here because my daughter was very hungry. So we were driving, and on the way we saw this Subway, so we stopped for lunch. And we ordered Subway sandwiches, and then when we were eating itself, we felt, okay, the vegetables, you know, it doesn't feel fresh, but then we were hungry, so we were eating it. And then my daughter, like most of the times people, they don't open the wrapper fully when they eat the Subway. They are like, after it's half eaten, they open the wrapper fully. So she had eaten it 3/4, and after that she opened the wrapper and she saw that there was green mold. We saw that there was green mold on the bread. Fungus growing on the bread, and we were so shocked. So when we went and asked the staff how they could serve bread like this, they were, they had no answer. And then, she had already consumed 3/4, and there were other customers who were sitting here, and they were all so shocked and sickened by the sight of the bread that everybody stopped eating Subway. And then we tried to talk to the owner, and he said he cannot come because he's too far away, and he has not called us since then. We've been here for the last 3-4 hours, and he has not bothered to call back and find out what's happening. And then my husband went and checked the kitchen part inside, and they're storing onions in trash cans. Okay, and when we check the refrigerator, they are storing chicken and vegetables together, one on top of the other. So people come here and order Subway. Vegetarians come here thinking they are getting vegetarian food, but actually they are being stored with the chicken together. They are not separating the vegetables and the chicken, and the freezer is all rusted, and everything here is stored in extremely unhygienic conditions.
Well, absolutely shocking. There doesn't stop with that fungus. You can see that inside the kitchen as well, there are serious issues with regards to the hygiene being maintained in this particular outlet. The question now is, will the authorities come out and answer the queries of this family and several others who are now worried that maybe Subway is not what they promised to be. Well, after ringing victory bells for the BJP in the all-important state of UP in the Lok Sabha elections that went by, party president Amit Shah is all set for a revamp. Shah announced BJP's new national team that consists of 11 vice presidents and 8 general secretaries. The former Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has been chosen as a vice president. Well, the news certainly has brought smiles on the supporters of the Lingayat leader after he was denied a cabinet berth. Others who have been appointed as a vice president include B. Dattatreya, Satpal Malik, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, P. Rupala, Prabhat Jha, Raghuvar Das, Kiran Maheshwari, Renu Devi and Dinesh Sharma. The new general secretaries include J.P. Nadda, R.P. Rudy, Muralidhar Rao, Ram Madhav, Saroj Pandey, Bhupendra Yadav, R.S. Kataria and Ram Lal. Well, the party, fresh from a stupendous victory, has also revamped its band of spokespersons. Shahnawaz Hussain, Sudhanshu Trivedi, M. Lekhi, Sambit Patra, M.J. Akbar, Nalin Kohli are some of the spokespersons. My colleague Arun now joins us over the phone lines with more details. Arun, this particular news of Yediyurappa being chosen as the vice president may be taken with a pinch of salt.
Akshita, it's very difficult at this point of time to hazard a guess, but that is what is the speculation at this point of time, that he wished for something and he got something else in return. Remember, there was a lot of speculation as soon as the May parliamentary elections got over, that probably Yediyurappa could be accommodated in the union cabinet because of the fact that he had come back to the party A in Karnataka and B ensured that the party did not fare badly in the elections. So as a kind of a reward, probably he could be coming back or he could go into another avatar as being a minister. That was what was being speculated. But once that did not happen, there was speculation that probably he could now become the head of the BJP in Karnataka. Remember, that position is now not in Yediyurappa's grasp. So clearly that is something that was being speculated at some point of time. But now comes the interesting development, because Amit Shah, who is considered to be extremely close to Narendra Modi, has chosen Yediyurappa as one of the vice presidents.